Now your forecast first, sponsored by the CI Proud to Go mobile app. When the lights go out, we're still on.
Good evening, I'm your local weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. Skies partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures have cooled into the mid-40s in Bloomington. That's looking view in Uptown Normal on our sundown exteriors camera. The Twin Cities comfortable now. It is getting a little chilly though. 45 in Peoria. Temperatures have fallen into the low 40s and upper 30s out west. Macomb already down to 39 degrees. Peru, LaSalle, and Pontiac not far behind. Temperatures tonight will drop into the upper 30s region-wide. Peoria, that's going to be late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And the clouds will gradually move out, especially tomorrow. That'll leave us with a bit of a warming trend to finish off the work week before things change again this weekend. We'll have that forecast coming up. WYZZ News at 9 starts now.
All of the stuff that they're saying, the hate speech, is just what's on there is not meant to be opened by a child.
Tonight at 9, KKK Propaganda raises concerns in El Paso. Also, City Councilman in Peoria, Zach Euler, appeared in court today. State's Attorney Jody Hughes breaks down the next step in that case. And
it makes me upset and mad and scared to think that this crime rate has gotten so out of hand that it makes you unsafe. You feel unsafe even leaving your home.
a proposal on the table for the city of Peoria is set to have an impact on police and fire in the city. That tops our 9 at 9 tonight. As always, thanks for joining us. I'm Eugene Daniel. Treasurer Roberts joins us now to explain how the dynamic of public safety could change next year. Treasurer.
Well, Eugene, at the budget meeting last night, I learned that the city plans not to lay off any firefighters and police officers. City leaders are calling this a win, but some neighbors say that's just not enough. The crime rate in Peoria is on the rise.
It's horrible. Every night you hear about a stabbing or a shooting or a murder.
City leaders are weeks away from finalizing the budget, and this summer they challenged neighbors to come up with one. The survey found people wanted to spend nearly 40% of the city money on public safety.
It's important to me because I don't want to be shot, and I don't want to see anybody else be shot and killed. I don't want to see gang violence. I just want to feel safe in my community.
Last year, leaders got rid of 22 firefighter positions, 9 of which were empty, and 13 additional employees left gradually through options like incentivized retirement. Leaders also eliminated 16 vacant police positions. Now leaders say they're in a better position than last year, but the city is looking to reduce the budget for both. On the police side, only filling 18 of the 21 open positions.
Our authorized strength is 229. They're reducing the budget by $887,000 for police, if council approves that. So if you take that, that puts me at about around 218 for positions that I can hold.
For the fire department, the budget means 3 positions won't be filled after employees leave.
We'd always like to have more, but we're also very realistic, and there's only so much money to go around, and you know, we want better streets, we want better fire department, we want better police department, but there's only so much money.
Both the fire and police departments want to assure you that they will still have enough staff to tend to your needs. Eugene.
All right, Treasurer, at the same time, fire and police pension boards are asking city leaders to raise property taxes. The law requires local public safety pensions to be 90% funded by 2045. Peoria Police and Fire pension boards want to hit that milestone sooner, meaning they need an additional $4 million next year. So they're asking for a combined tax levy of 19 cents for every $100 of property you own. If this request is approved, it's either raise taxes or cut $4 million from the proposed budget. Well, several neighbors in El Paso say they are on guard. Hate-filled flyers popping up all around town, and Matt Sheehan reports that police are now looking for the person placing KKK propaganda on people's doorsteps.
Multiple central Illinois towns have been hit with KKK propaganda, and right here in El Paso on 2nd, 4th, and Jefferson Streets, homeowners have gotten Ziploc bags with flyers, business cards, and a rock in them from the KKK. And I spoke with multiple people who say that getting this sort of information is extremely upsetting.
All of the stuff that they're saying, the hate speech, is just what's on there is not meant to be opened by a child.
On Sunday, Mackenzie Iverson's friend found one of these bags outside her home. Mackenzie says this makes her feel unsafe in her own town.
It does rock my sense of security a little bit, you know, because if these people are in this area trying to recruit for their clan, you know, that's something that we really need to aware of and take precaution.
So Iverson took to social media, where many people commented they received the same hateful messages, and it stretched farther than just El Paso. Brittany Stimpert from Monunk says receiving all of this at her doorstep completely shocked her.
I was fuming. I hate, like, all this hate. Like, why? I don't get it. We're almost in 2020. This is backtracking almost 50 to 100 years. I was disgusted.
The papers make both racist and homophobic comments and give anyone who receives the information a phone number, website, and address where you can contact them. When I tried to open the website, it said the account was suspended, and when I called the number, it went to a KKK voicemail.
Greetings from the loyal white knights of the KKK. If you're white and proud, join the crowd. Leave name and number.
Chief of El Paso Police David Duncan says in his 29 years of being there, he has never seen anything like this.
It's something that we need to be aware of. I mean, I don't know that there's anything that we really need to watch for other than if there's suspicious activity going on within the community, we need to know about it, and this is definitely concerning.
Chief Duncan wants to remind anyone who gets any types of these bags to contact law enforcement immediately. In El Paso, Matt Sheehan, back to you.
Well, Peoria City Councilman accused of domestic violence returned to court this morning. The hearing comes less than 24 hours after Councilman Zach Euler's wife asked prosecutors to drop the charge. He faces misdemeanor counts of domestic violence and interfering with the domestic violence report. Now, this stems from an incident over the summer, and his wife, Heather Euler, is listed as the victim on that police report. Peoria County State's Attorney Jody Hughes says while she's considering Heather's request to drop the charges, there is more to making that decision.
In any case, we have to look not just at what the victim or the witness says, but we look at the surrounding circumstances. Is there physical evidence? Is there other corroborating evidence outside of what this person tells us that allows us to prove the case? You know, domestic violence cases are notorious for a victim not wanting to cooperate and not wanting to pursue charges.
Who says the case will continue to be reviewed leading up to a potential trial. Euler's next court date is now set for November 15th to hear a defense motion to admit a polygraph test Euler took as evidence. His attorney says Zach passed the test when asked about the domestic violence case, and a trial is still set for January. And now, as we told you, Euler's wife is asking prosecutors to drop domestic violence charges against her husband. And as Rebecca Brumfield tells us, Heather Euler explains that since August, her life with Zach Euler has been through many ups and downs.
Yes, we were having a fight. A lot of people in Peoria have fights. A lot of people in America do.
In August, a 911 call came from the Euler residence. After this interaction with police, Heather filed an order of protection.
I filed the order of protection because I was put under the impression he wouldn't be allowed out of the county jail if I didn't file it. And as soon as he was out and we started working through these things, I started working on trying to get it taken back.
She claims the whole ordeal was a series of misunderstandings.
I have been diagnosed with PTSD and severe anxiety, which that moment and that night was designated from a treatment I've been receiving for PTSD. And it basically ensued a flashback when something was said in the fight that we were having.
Peoria County State's Attorney Jody Hughes says while the victim's input is taken into account, there is more to it when it comes to dropping charges.
In any case, we have to look not just at what the victim or the witness says, but we look at the surrounding circumstances. Is there physical evidence? Is there other corroborating evidence outside of what this person tells us that allows us to prove the case? You know, domestic violence cases are notorious for a victim not wanting to cooperate and not wanting to pursue charges.
Who says the case will continue to be reviewed leading up to a trial currently set for January. Euler's next court date is set for November 15th to hear a defense motion. It'll decide whether or not to admit a polygraph test Euler took as evidence. In Peoria, Rebecca Brumfield, WYZZ News.
Again, Zach Euler is charged with misdemeanor counts, so if convicted, he'll still be able to serve on city council. We posted the full interview with Heather Euler on our website, ciproud.com. Well, let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Shades with a quick look at that forecast. Chris, felt a little chilly today.
Yeah, it's really a day where you needed the jackets if you were heading out and about. Temps only got into the low 50s. Peoria, 52 degrees, which is where we expected it to be. 53, the official high in Pontiac and Bloomington. And the warm spots today were Lakin and Lincoln, both locations hitting 54. Not a whole lot going on. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy, depending on where you're at. We've got some low clouds still in place in areas like Bloomington, but some high cirrus and stratus clouds now pushing in from the northwest. We'll continue to see clouds coming and going through much of tonight, but late tonight, early tomorrow, we're going to see these clouds finally breaking up a little bit. Here's feature track showing the next push of cloud cover as we go through tonight. Tomorrow, we might have some clouds out there, but those clouds will slowly begin to break up, and that's going to leave us with mostly sunny skies by early afternoon. So your school day forecast, definitely another jacket day. Temperatures will start off in the upper 30s. Lunchtime rolls around. Temperatures should be bouncing back into the low 50s, but it will be warmer tomorrow as we head for the upper 50s by 3 p.m. Now the warming trend continues heading into the weekend. We'll have that forecast coming up in just a little bit. Eugene?
When we come back, possible impacts to your health. A new study reveals the harm that e-cigarettes can have on your breathing. And it could be a big weekend for local high school players heading to state championships in the Twin Cities. Kurt Pegler has that story later in sports.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9 with Eugene Daniel, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast, and Kurt Pegler with sports. This is WYZZ News at 9.